All righty. So, as we said at the beginning of the show, we have six chefs that will be joining us today. And it's that time of the year for the holidays, but it's a little different. But we won't be having big gatherings, but we'll still have something to be thankful for. So, I'd like to bring the chefs in for us all to talk. Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
How are you all?
Good afternoon, I mean.
Good
Good
afternoon,
afternoon.
everybody.
Good to see everyone.
Hello,
Good to see
everyone.
everyone. All righty. Good to see everyone. So, starting with Chef Lindsay, um, can you tell us a little bit about what's different for you this year as far as the holiday season and preparing for plans and different bookings? How have things different for you this year?
First of all, hello, everyone. I am Chef Lindsay. Things are definitely different for me this year and my family. I am one of the families that have been affected by COVID-19 in terms of my grandmother having passed away due to the virus in April. And then, unfortunately, in addition to that, we also experienced the tragedy with my brother being murdered in September. So, this Thanksgiving brings a whole new sense of meaning for my entire family. And even though we are modifying how large the gathering normally is down to a much smaller gathering, we definitely are making sure that we're being intentional and present in the moment to be grateful for all that God has sustained us through and looking forward to moving into a happier season and a happier time. In reference to this, for me, the shutdown and the pandemic actually allowed me to do a bit of a pivot and change the direction of my business, where I am focusing on working hands on with clients and teaching them how to cook and offering cooking lessons. So I want to be able to give people the confidence that they need. Um, to be able to go into the kitchen and do their thing and feel like they can produce different types of meals and also think outside of the box.
Nice, Chef Lindsay. You're finding some creative ways to still engage with people. And my sincere apologies for your loss as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And Chef B. Landers, during this social distance Thanksgiving, do you have any special offerings for your clients this year?
Yep, this year we'll be going up about holiday sides. So we have like seafood, um, stuff, lobster mac, available.
Okay. Chef Landers, sorry, the sound seems a little off. We will revisit you in just a moment. Our apologies. All righty. And Chefs Kim and Henry, how are you all?
Good
Hey,
morning,
what's going on?
everybody.
How you doing?
Good morning,
Hello,
Chef. How are
hello.
you?
Well, I wanted to ask you guys, so what innovative ideas do you all have coming up during COVID-19, just to make the dinners a little special this year, a little different, since I'm sure as everyone is not having their regular family dinners. So what do you all have brewed up for the season?
So for starters, I think what we did a Thanksgiving package, with four families between 6 and 8 people that they can pick from a list of like, smoked turkey, fried turkey. We did a bunch of sides, included an infant meal plan, herbs and sweet potatoes, candy yams. We have seafood stuffing, seafood mac and cheese. We have southern style string beans. I mean, the list goes on. So we just try to, and at least keep that comfort within the home with the families this Thanksgiving.
Got you, got you. Um, are you all excited about? I know it's a kind of a hard time to be excited, but are you excited to be a little more creative this year? Since people have to have their Thanksgiving holiday a bit different, does it kind of spawn different ideas for meals or ways to celebrate?
I would say yeah. I think every chef here can attest to the fact that we love being creative, and I think that this allows us to really, as we spoke before, pivoting and doing something a little bit different. Too many times we get locked into some of the monotony of cooking and cooking in establishments and so forth and so on. And it's definitely this whole COVID climate has definitely forced us to
Think outside the box.
Yeah, think outside the box and unpack the toolbox and, get those creative juices going. I think everybody here can really attest to that. It challenged us, but I think that we all love doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I was happy about the ability to be able to do that.
Understood. Understood. Thank you all so much. And Chef Landers, I want to circle back to you. I'm sorry, are you able to hear us?
The sound's not coming with the host.
Oh, now we can hear you.
There we go.
Alrighty. And sorry about that. We had to cut you off before, but just wanted to see if you had any special offerings for your clients this year as well.
Yes, we're doing sides this year. Just sides. We did it the day before Thanksgiving. We're doing coconut kale, doing seafood stuffing, lobster mac, sweet potato souffles, and we deliver it right to your doorstep the day before Thanksgiving. That's all our offers. You can reach us at Chef Landers 83 at Gmail. And my page is Chef B Landers on Instagram, Chef B Landers on Instagram. And we have a link tree where you can order from too. So it's link linktr.ee/Chef B Landers.
Thank you so much, Chef Landers. And we do have a question that has popped up. And Chef Durio, I'll ask you first to start off with, but they want to know, when was the first time that you all cooked and realized I can really cook? I can really do this thing professionally. So, Chef Durio, we'll start off with you.
That's actually a good question. I've been cooking my entire life, but I think when it finally hit me was about 14 years ago when I decided I think I can do that professionally. So about 14 years ago.
Now, what was the moment? Well, what was it? Other people's response to you? Was it, what made you feel like, okay, I want to do this professionally?
Just seeing people enjoy my food at events. That's the joy I get from cooking. People coming to me saying, "Hey, the food was so good." It's a fast labor love. So I think that time.
Okay. All righty. Chef Lindsay, how about you?
I have been cooking since the age of 10. I started just watching my mom and my grandmother, and I opened my first catering company and first business when I was 15 years old as a part of the NIFTY organization, the National Foundation for Teaching Entrepreneurship. And it just made sense for me because my entire family, I come from a family of cooks. I've had other caterers, restaurant owners within the family. So I grew up around subject matter experts, and all of us are on the thick side. So we like to eat and we know what good food tastes like. So once I started and then eventually matriculated through vocational high school, where I received my culinary certificate and eventually move it on to Johnson & Wales University, I figured all the things that I had learned along the way, I put together, and it was something that I enjoyed. It was a passion of mine, and it came relatively easy to me. So I've been doing it for a long time, and I'm looking forward to pivoting and elevating the game and now showing other people the skills that I have learned over the years.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And everything always comes full circle. Chef B Landers, how about yourself?
I realized I can cook when I was about 10. I stayed in the kitchen with my grandmother all the time. We used to garden all the time. I was in the garden picking vegetables, fruits, and all types of stuff like that. One day, I used to always cook for my friends, and they told me I need to get my food out there. So I catered one of the events, and then I just went from there. Started catering, opened my own catering company, and I just went on from there.
Nice. And Chefs Kim and Henry, excuse me. How about you all?
That was easy for me. I grew up in New York, and my mother used to send me to New Orleans every summer as a kid. She's a single mother, so I spent all my summers with my grandparents, watching, that kind of food always being cooked. Even as a kid, I developed a different type of palate, and then, but I never wanted to be a chef. It was never even something that was something I wanted to do. I grew up and went to college, and when I got out of college, I worked in the record business for a while, and the supplement with income, I worked at restaurants in New York at night, like 3 nights a week. When I had a chef, the executive chef I worked for at the time, took to me and was like, "Yo, you really know how to do this. You really got to act for it. You should pursue it." And I kind of pushed back on it, and then he worked out a deal with me. He told me I would get all the great shifts, all the day shifts, if I went to school part time at night, and I did. And I graduated culinary school, and it's been history ever since. I never looked back.
Yeah, 26 years later.
Yeah, 26 years later.
Nice.
Sorry, so I have a bit of a different story. I started when I was probably about 4 or 5 with my grandmother as well, who was a phenomenal cook. She cooked for a British actress for years, so she traveled a lot. So, you know, at the tender age of like 3 and 4, I'm eating like escargot and things of that nature. She had a rule in her house and was always, you never say that you don't like anything until you try it once. And so that was a rule in the house, and I tried so many things. And so just, from that, just helping her cook family meals and Christmas and things like that. I grew up in a household where our house every Sunday was was like that soul food Sunday dinner. So I grew up having that every single Sunday with my family. And it's something that I feel is missing now. You know what I mean? I think that, families don't do that as much as they should to bond, over the weekend and have a nice meal and talk about, your week and things like that. And
Gotcha.
I was in corporate forever. I was in phone company, Verizon, about 17 years. Was always doing all the events there, cooking, and people would just, say, "Come like you can do something with this." So, in my late 30s, I decided to go to culinary school, part time, work full time, went to school part time. Got my degree, graduated from Art Institute in like 2008, and then I got out. I just started my own catering company from there, and then I filed into being a private chef for a lot of high profile, people, Carmen, Steve Harvey, I cooked for, traveled
Nice.
for a while, and then decided just to kind of like sit still in one place for a while and just start my own company. And so now I just like doing like private events, weddings, elegant upscale dinner parties. That's pretty much
That's awesome. Sweet. Nice, nice. And Chef Ronald, we do not want to forget you.
Well, oh wow, I can tell you that I'm originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I came here in 1988 as a dishwasher, worked for Grand Hyatt Hotel, and was washing dishes and just watch all the chefs cook. Grew up just watching people and got the opportunity to watch Grand Hyatt have a Marriott program, and I wanted to join them. And the general manager told me no, so I went out and managed a Totter House Diner back at the age of 19. So, at 19, I cooked for a breakfast place. And when they closed down, I went to Clyde's and worked with the likes of Kenny Clay and Eric Queens, who taught me everything with Clyde's Restaurant Group. And I went on to work for Sam and Harry's, and I opened Stonefish Grill, worked for B. Smith's Restaurant. And, she gave me the best opportunity for me after Chef Rock left and went to Hell's Kitchen. I became the chef after him. And that was one of my biggest things to do. I went to culinary school through Sam and Harry's and got my culinary degree through L'Academy Cuisine. And now at the age of 50, I'm actually out of the restaurant business. I do a lot of catering now. In my company, I own a franchise called Chef for Seniors. So, we do a lot of community events, and we actually provide healthy nutritional meals through seniors. So that's one of my most important things, is making sure people eat healthy, making sure the seniors have their food. And right now, pivoting, being a chef, you got to think on your feet. It comes fast, so you can't condone everything. You just got to go with the flow and, do all the things that you need to do. And it's been pretty good for us. We started in 2018. We were up to 30 clients. We down to about 10 to 15 off and on. They eat with us about 2 times a month. And we do prepared meals. You know, and that's one of the things I've been doing for the last 2.5 years. I taught culinary at Job Corps for about 4.5 years part time, 2 years part time, 2 years full time, and I work with Chef Terrell Danley, who's a mentor of mine also. And I also talked to Chef Henry Dudley also when he was working at the Harbor. You know, I met him. You know, props to him, Chef Rock. You know, there's a lot of people out here, and all I do is take these people and just try to teach the young people about all the things that we went through.
Yeah.
Just trying to give all the information and make them know that it's a lot of things going out here, but to be a chef, you got to put your heart, your passion, you know, and cook from your heart, you know, and it's all about, for me now, it's community. It's community. It's all about the seniors, you know, healthy nutritional meals for me and my family. And going on with Thanksgiving for me is, you know, I took off this week. So this week and next week I'm free. You know, I have people who I have friends I golf with, and you know, they calling me last minute, say, hey, can we get a meal? You know, we are doing the meals for $350. It feeds up to 8 people. You know, you get mac and cheese, collard greens, fried or baked turkey, a sweet potato pie that my wife cooks, you know. So for every chef that you have, there's some woman behind me. You know, she's upstairs getting my prepared meals. So I can tell you, she's behind the scenes. She's working and she's pushing everything that I do. She does all the grocery shopping. She making sure I stay right. She ironed my coat. So you know, all I can do is say, I'm just trying to stay grounded. And I also I work for Doctors Hospital in the morning. Doctors Community
Okay.
Hospital in the morning. I'm a assistant food
That's
service director, so I really get to see all the things with COVID. You know, we have conference
okay.
calls, we have Zoom calls. So, you know, all I can do is say that the 3 W's they tell us: wash your hands, wear your mask, and watch your distance. You know, and that's basically all I can tell you is be safe. Don't do nothing stupid. You know,
Right.
and you can we definitely gonna get through this together.
Yep.
You know,
We
and
appreciate
that's
that so
basically what I can
much.
tell you.
Thank you so much. And yes, safety definitely is key
Absolutely.
this holiday season. Um, Another thing we would like to ask, so this is for all chefs, what tips would you all give to someone who actually does not cook, but has missed the deadline to order some food or have a chef hired for their Thanksgiving meals? What are some beginner tips that you all can give people out there? So we can start with Chef Lindsay.
For beginners, some tips that I have would be number one, make sure that you are properly prepared in the sense of set a menu, like actually write it down and decide what it is that you want to prepare and know for how many people that you're going to be preparing for. And then secondly, your next concern would be safety. One of the things that I'm sure the fellow chefs would agree with me about is with the pandemic coming, it has forced everyone to heighten their sense of cleanliness and sanitizing things. But as chefs, that is our daily life, day in and out, which is why my hands typically look terrible because we're always in bleach water and sanitizing and cleaning. So as you're having people over at your home and you're hosting, you want to be mindful to have sanitizing stations set up. You also, for me, even in my home when I'm cooking for my family, I always put just a little bit of bleach in my dishwater. And you want to be mindful of cross-contamination, making sure that you are not, when it comes to dealing with poultry and raw meats, that you're not contaminating other things like your fresh fruits and vegetables. So take your time. Don't be overwhelmed. Don't wait till the last minute to reach out for help. And then certainly one of the other major things I think that as Chef Ron was talking, as we all are experiencing this pandemic together, is just allow for some grace. So don't freak out. Don't get nervous. take the time to sit down and really plan your cooking times. If it's your first time cooking a turkey, I definitely suggest that you get a smaller one. And what is funny to me is I've always been an advocate of getting smaller turkeys instead of those like 17-pound birds, because the smaller turkeys are easier to cook and they tend to not be dry in the white meat department. And you also can make sure that you're getting it up to the proper cooking temperatures. But now that people are having the smaller in-home dinners, everyone is searching for the smaller turkeys. So if you don't want to do a turkey or you're having a hard time finding one, roast a chicken or look for a turkey breast. And even in my family, sometimes when we don't want the whole turkey for the presentation, we'll just do a pan of turkey wings. So again, the thinking outside of the box, the goal of this Thanksgiving, which I'm so excited about, Thanksgiving finally gets its shine back. I feel like it had lost some of its shine because by the time Halloween happens, you have Christmas, and then everybody's like over Thanksgiving. And I'm like, wait, Thanksgiving is important. So as we come to this table, whatever you have, whatever God has blessed you with, be able to provide for your family, cook it to the best of your ability, reach out and ask for help, and just sit down and enjoy. Glad that you have some people around you that you love and that God has allowed to still be here with you to celebrate and mark this occasion. And as things get better in our country and we look forward to turning the corner, we can get back to more of the grander celebrations, because typically in my family, we are preparing for no less than 50 people. But this year, that guest list is all the way down to 10 people. And that was a struggle because I had to fight with my mom. I'm like, Ma, it's a pandemic. We have to observe the safety. We can't. And people are longing for that gathering and that traditional sense of all
They
being there,
are.
especially if you have experienced the loss. But it's very
Absolutely.
important to go by the guidelines and make sure that you are being safe and following the hand washing rules. And then also, if you generally have a
Absolutely.
kitchen towel in your kitchen that people dry their hands on, or you reach and dry your hands on, that's a
This one's a
no-no this
short
year. Get paper
sanitation.
towels. You cannot
Thank you so
continue
much.
to use the same towel. So just keep it safe.
Thank you so much. No, I appreciate that. Chef Kim and Henry, do you happen to have a tip?
Um, my one tip would be just don't be afraid to go online, go on Google and get you a recipe. People get so like, oh my God, I want to do. I'm a chef, a really good trained one. I still go on and look at recipes. That's how you get better and get different ideas and you play around with different ingredients. So that would be my tip. Go online, go on foodnetwork.com, find something that you would like to eat and just put your own twist on it.
And along those lines, my tip would be for anybody who's a beginner, like you said, miss the deadline, can't order food to people, keep it simple. Don't
Got
the
you.
window and do something crazy that you don't know how to do. You know what I'm saying? Keep it simple. There'll be another Thanksgiving. We'll be able to celebrate this again. That's really all I got to say. And somebody asked a question and said about how long do you cook a turkey? Rule of thumb is an hour for every 4 to 5 pounds of turkey.
Gotcha. That's a great tip.
I
Must know for Thanksgiving.
I love turkey wings, so I'm with you on that one.
Somebody also said about I think Miss Barnes said something about putting sugar in
Greens.
You all have any do's or don'ts?
Wait a minute. I cannot tell you that depending on where you from, my grandmother would have stuck a fork in you if you put sugar in greens. So if you go by culinary though, and you saute the onions, it releases the aromatics and the sugar for it. So that's some of the things with the sugar that comes out of some of these vegetables with carrots, celery, onions, and things like that. You really have to know, not even knowing, but there's books out here now and you can watch TV. But I always tell people, just read a book, because that's what Chef T used to tell me. Read a book, practice it, taste it, always taste it. Because when you have white onions, as far as the Spanish onions, they have a lot of sugar in them now. And where we get our vegetables now, very organic with Wegmans and Whole Foods and Harris Teeter, you can go and look and taste and feel and know that when you go to a farmer's market, you know, these people coming out of Pennsylvania, where I'm from, or from Delaware, or you getting your fish and you going down in Clinton and getting your meat and watching somebody cut your meat and you being able to use the butter and putting the
Yep.
love in your food. You know, so those are some of the things that I always tell young cooks now. It's not about you getting on Instagram and taking a picture and doing some of the things that, you know, you could never do what I did. But I want you to take the time out to saute that onion and watch it turn colors and not burn it. And another thing was, you know, they so inflamed about seeing a flame come out the pan when they're cooking. You're burning the food. You know, you got to turn the fire down and not use a metal to metal. You know, use a wooden spoon like my mother used to say or my grandmother used to say. And then when it's done, taste it and salt and season it as it go. And then
Yep.
you'll definitely know. You'll definitely know.
I appreciate that. No, those are some awesome tips. I want to see if Chef Landers, if you had anything else to add, a tip to give anyone as well. We have about a minute left.
I believe everybody answered everything. Just don't be scared to look up recipes. You know, time is everything. And if you don't know, look it up. You know, the internet shows you how to do everything now.
It says,
Yeah.
Got you. Thank you so much, Endurio.
Real quick, I guess my tip is if it's your first time cooking, do a dry run first. Don't do everything the same day. Take your time, do a day or two in advance, perfect it, and see what you didn't add right to it. Then you can modify it and perfect it for the day of. So, preparation.
Thank you all so much. This has been fun. And finally, just before you all leave, I'd like everyone to just tell us how we can find you. So we can start with Chef Lindsay. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Ladies first.
So, okay.
Chef Lindsay, go ahead.
On IG, it is Lindsay Inc. My website is being reconstructed, but it is cheflindsay.com. If you want to shoot me an email, it's lindsayinc@gmail.com. And on Facebook, it is Lindsay Inc. with a 1 at the end. And the Lindsay is spelled Lenzy. So you can reach me there. And then also 202-271-7262. I would love to be able to work with you virtually or in person with cooking and preparing meals. And just one last tip, don't play games with the macaroni and cheese. Don't be adding in too much extra stuff. Like, it's Thanksgiving. Like, keep the macaroni and cheese like
Simple.
Trill. Don't be putting in no squash. Don't keep the macaroni and cheese real.
Absolutely. And Chef Landers, how do we find you? And Chef Landers, how do we find you?
Oh, yeah, you can reach me at my IG is chef.b.landers. My email is cheflanders83@gmail. You can reach me either way.
Thank you so much, Chefs Kim and Henry.
Okay. So yes, I'm on Instagram. I am Passion for the Palate. On Facebook, I am Chef Kimberly Van Klein. And I also have a nonprofit where we teach kids how to cook. So we partner with a lot of public schools in the area, and we are giving virtual cooking classes to kids. You know, like throughout the week as an after-school program and enrichment course. And so that is Cook Healthy, Eat Fresh, and that is on IG as well as Cook Healthy, Eat Fresh.
And you can find me on IG at Chef Henry Dudley, or you can go to my website, www.chefhenrydudley.com. Another thing, Ron was talking a lot about the chef life and so forth and so on. We have a podcast on YouTube. If you go to YouTube, it's Chef Gang Radio on YouTube. Again, that's Chef Gang Radio. That's the channel. And you can find and subscribe, and you get all the episodes of what we have called the Chef Gang Podcast.
Awesome. And Chef Ronald?
Well, all I can do is tell you for the seniors, our website is our website is chefforseniors.com. My email is ron.reed@chefforseniors.com. My Instagram is baldbrother88. And on Facebook, you can just type my name, Chef Ron Reed, and it'll come up. And I do have I'm about to open up a ghost kitchen, so we're working on that with the Tap House project we're working on. It opens in March in DC, and just all I can do is say, guys, have a happy Thanksgiving, and hopefully we can get together in 2021. Chef Henry, call me when you get a chance, and Chosen Chef and all y'all just have fun. I hope y'all enjoy y'all Thanksgiving, y'all holidays, and thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. And Chef Dario, if you could please give your information as well before we wrap up.
Yes, ma'am. Instagram, The Chosen Chef. Facebook, The Chosen Chef. Website, thechosenchef.com. And the number is 301-353-5790.
Awesome. Well, it was great having all of you all with us today, and we definitely hope to have you all back on our show soon. So please enjoy the holidays, and thank you so much for your time.
Right.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thank you so much.